welcome to the Phoenix South Edition, where we get together here in Canada, Ottawa, every week, where we could try to help each other either in networking within our businesses or to try to do anybody a favor if somebody needs help with something. It's not always about getting sales, but helping, fellow people that are in business. We've gone through several years of COVID, and many things have happened over the last few years. And here we are. If somebody would have told you 2 or 3 years ago that all these things were going to happen, you'd figure, okay, that will just take me right out. And here you are, just to show how resilient you really are. And so you got to give yourself a pat on the back for that, because we're much stronger than we are. But when we get together as a group, we're even stronger. So we want to move right into the education moment. And Penny Lee, do you have something for us with the
Yep,
words of wisdom?
I do. I do. So I just recently did my vision board, and so I was really excited about the tiles and because it's the emotional connection, right? And so I thought I would bring you all back to what I call the napkin test. And so I'd like you to take out a piece of paper and a pen and jot down. First of all, I want you to think about one thing that was great about this past month, because we are the 1st of February. So it's time to review what happened in January. So, what's one great thing that you accomplished or that you did in the month of January? And what would you consider your greatest accomplishment for the past month? So, the next thing I want you to do on a scale of 1 to 10 is make a note or pick a number between 1 and 10 of how you're managing your business and your life. So, in general, everything. How are you managing everything in general on a scale of 1 to 10? Don't think too hard, just put a number down. And then what you want to do is look at 4 different categories. So, number one, look at how you're managing relationships on a scale of 1 to 10. Put a number down. Number two, how you are managing your finances. Number three, how you're managing your physical well-being. And number four, how you're managing your emotional well-being. And when I say emotional, it's like, how are you making a difference in the world? How are you impacting community? What makes you warm and fuzzy inside, So now that you've got those 4 numbers, add them up, divide them by 4. And this will give you probably close to the number that you originally chose. And out of those 4 categories, whichever one is the lowest is the one you need to invest time and energy in to bring it up. Because what we want to do is keep all 4 of those categories balanced. So that is my education moment for today. This is something that really everybody should be doing on a monthly basis, either at the end of the month or the first of the month, whatever, so that you can, have a measurement of where you're at for the month, but also notice how awesome you're doing, because you want to make sure that you are recognizing the positive things that are happening in your life, because we have a lot of crap that happens and we don't want to focus on that, because whatever you focus on is where your energy will go. Okay, so that's why you want to do this, to keep yourself in a positive mindset. And that's your education for today.
Thank you very much, Penny Lee. A good note just to reevaluate every month, because to do it at the end of the year is sort of too late to sort of fix it. So yeah, that's a very, very appropriate. Thank you, Penny Lee, for that. And just to give you a little bit of idea of how Phoenix is doing, actually for the month of January, since we just started off, and many stores, many businesses are pretty quiet in January, but we did really well as far as e-card hits. In the month of January, we did 891 hits on our e-card. That's phenomenal. Like if you look at how our group is doing, and we're using those e-cards, yeah, just for the respect of Cremina. That's the digital card that we send out, that all members have, and then you use that on your social media, and it's a way for everything to sort of come together. But we did almost 900 of those. Yeah, yeah. The Sam is one of the old school ones. He's been with us for quite some time. We had the card back then, but now we use it virtually. You have both, but the virtual is what I use pretty much all the time, and that's so. Just to give you an idea, a little bit about how we're making out here. This is our website. It's pbex.ca or phoenixbusinessexchange.com. They're both the same there. And we have our one of the first things is our member of the week is Cremina. So she's going to be up on our website for the week, as all of us will have turns as the year progresses. So if you want to schedule a BAM with Karina to know more, this is a picture of and a video of Pavel Bogdanov. He's the owner of Ottawa Flowers and Langdon's Flowers, and he accepted his Consumer Choice Award with this video. I'll let you work on that. The e-card that we talked about is this one. Like Cremina has her e-card, and it looks a little bit like this. And it's like a mini website based on phones. This is what it's really based on. And it has everything that Cremina wants to promote and have her clients go to if they want to know more about her and more about the things about the business that she's in. All right. And so that's really the crux of it all. The let's see, where are we here? Oh, I see. Let's see. Let's go back. Okay, hang on. So in Phoenix itself, we've had 29 referrals so far this year. It's a good start. We just started things off. We've got about 2,415 referrals to date since the last month, but that adds on to the 4.5 million that we've done over the last 8 years. We are celebrating our 8th year with Phoenix as a group together, and we're just under 7,100 referrals, and we keep track of that stuff. So this gives us a chance to find out how much business we're actually sharing among ourselves. So if I have something that another member has and vice versa, then we make note of all of that. Okay. As far as our special events now, if you're a visitor, by the way, and you're coming in for the first time, this is one way that you could navigate yourself to one of our meetings. Our Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday group, just simply press the red button. The Zoom link is embedded in the button, so you don't have to remember any numbers. If you get a new computer, you don't have any presets or anything. So this is a great way. You just get right onto our site and everything. It's a hub. Everything will point you to the right area. And our Zoom call, this is what it is. It goes from 8 to 9. On today, we would press this one. And then our after hours group is one we do once a month. It's for those people that cannot meet during the day, and all they have is in evenings. And we do that once a month at 7 p.m. The next one, I believe, is on February the 6th. And that's more of a mastermind group and all of the members that are in our group here can go to that. There's no charge for it. It just basically gives you a chance to look at your goals, where you want to be, what you want to do. And every month when you come in, you check in. And Penny Lee is a master at this. She wants specific goals that you have for the year, and we break it down by the month so that you're very, very monitored, and that way you're accountable. And we want you to get your goals. And if you just do it on your own, it just that is an extra layer of accountability when someone else is asking, well, how are you doing? So it's a great way to get your goals set up. As far as our mix and mingle, that's happening. Now, this is a physical thing that we get together every month, all right? And that's the next one is on February the 20th. All right. It's going to be at Wendy Chung's location. We will put in the address and all the other particulars there probably after this meeting. But that's what's happening. It's a physical way for us to get together. We're not always online. Every Tuesday, you can visit Bernie's East Trade Winds Networking, and that will be, I think, on the 6th
Sixth,
of
sixth.
February, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, so again, you just press this button and it goes right to Bernie's site. Okay. Penny Lee's dance. Here's a whole list of all her dance moves and the classes that she teaches. And for all those, if they're on the phone, if you have something that you want to be able to relate to other members, in other words, you're at Costco or at a shopping center, and somebody says, they're looking for an electrician or they're looking for getting into shape, they want to get into dance or something, or they need some social media help. Everybody here is in one page with their QR. Everything is all set up. So this way you could share other people's information at like literally within seconds. And we want people to make it very easy to give referrals. If you're, trying to stumble through, trying to find a person's phone number or email or whatever, this is the best way. Give someone the QR so that you could transfer that QR onto someone else's phone. All right. And that's the way it's designed. So it's very easy. And this way, and it's also phone friendly. We've also monetized it or made it to the point where you can be able to do it on your phone. It's not as large as it used to be. And of course, we have our Phoenix QR. If anybody wants to know more about Phoenix or a visitor, just give them one of these. Show them this on your phone as well. So it's a nice little hub for everything. Okay. And that's about it, folks, for that. We also want to bring to your attention that, as a reminder, we do have what's called the Phoenix Toolbox, and it's a link that has everything in it that you need for networking. There's master list, and it's all broken down into 3 ways. We have a master list that has by the chapter. So you have your Monday, your Wednesday, and your Thursday group separated. Then you have your who's in the home part of it. So it would be people like Norm and anybody that has anything to do with the house. Then you've got finance, which is insurance people. You've got, and they're all like that. And then you have a master list which has everybody all in one page. It has their phone number, their email, everything. And only Phoenix members can have it because it's not public because we don't want everybody to get spammed. All right. So it's a private thing. If you want to know more about the Phoenix Toolbox, let me know. I'll send you a link. And again, that's a great networking tool along the way. Okay. So let's get right into our introductions. We will have an amazing speaker that's going to be set up, Terry Black. She'll be talking a little bit about her industry and about her business, so we can't wait to see that. And so let's start the meeting with Carmina. What do you think? We start with you off first. You're number one.
Sure.
Go ahead when you're ready. Yeah.
Well, last time I spoke with you about the plans that we're offering at Langdon's Flowers, and I offer everyone the promotional code PBX 2024. However, I spoke with our web designer, so now you can use PBEX 2024. Take advantage. It's for anything you choose on our website. And today I wanted to talk about subscriptions. We offer subscriptions, which is a great gift for everybody. It's controlled by you. How many times? Is it a weekly? Is it a monthly? Is it once a year? Every year? So it's a great feature that we have on our website. And once you set it, you don't have to worry about it. We're going to take care of that. We're going to send the appropriate gift or bouquet that you chose. And that's going to be a nice gesture on behalf of you, either from you or from your business, which is a very, very nice feature. Usually we send seasonal flowers or whichever you choose to be sent. You're welcome to stop by at Langdon's Flowers and browse at the selection of different flowers, plants, and gifts we have there, and speak with our representatives that will be, they're always willing to help, and they will be promoting the business as well. And if you have any questions, they'll be the ones to help.
Okay. And Cremina, right after, have you done any? I know you just joined. It's been a whole week now, and
Yeah.
if there's any, did you do any BAMs? A BAM is a one-on-one meeting. It's when one of our members come into your store, you talk about you, or if they've done business with you, or whatever. Is there anybody that?
I haven't had a chance to do that.
Okay.
And I would suggest anybody that goes to London's and wants to meet me there just to send me a text or an email. So I'll be happy to meet them there. Otherwise, as I said, you're welcome to stop by anytime and speak with the manager there or with any of the salesperson that are working there. They'll be happy to help
Okay.
and introduce the store as well.
Perfect. And also your text is also on your e-card. We've embedded that so that people do have access to that as well. Okay,
To be
perfect.
honest with you, I haven't had a chance to. I saw the email that you've sent us. I haven't had a chance to be
Okay,
more
all right,
familiar
no
with the
problem.
e-card. Yeah.
It'll happen in due time. It's all good.
Okay. Thank
Norm,
you.
over to you, sir. Go ahead, Norm, and whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay. So Boys Home Maintenance Repair. So we're getting ready for the spring market. I have a customer I'm seeing today about some patio doors, custom-made patio doors, which aren't cheap because it's tempered glass. So it's a 2-month delivery for custom patio doors. So I don't want to do anything in the winter. Well, it's not the winter because by the time we get the doors, it'll be April. And that's what's happening. I saw in the news today that the government's going to be cutting back the energy program promoting energy savings, which is a really good thing, right? Because they don't have it right. They give bad advice, right? And the problem when the government gets in with grants, in our industry, we have what's called sharks, which is like, hey, what I'm going to do for you. You seem like a nice young couple. Anyway, those we call those sharks. They don't really do a really good job. And when the government gets in and gives free money, it's like chubbing the waters. So people come in for other industries and just burn people. So glad that the program's going down. There'll be less people burnt because of this government incentive to the sharks that come into the industry. So Boys Home Maintenance Repair, we fix your home. Don't know how to do it, don't want to do it, don't have the time to do it, we'll do it.
Thanks, Norm. Any BAMs or referrals last week?
No.
Nope. Okay. Thank you, sir. And over to Penny Lee. So how's it going in Limoges, Penny Lee?
Going good. Just the dog keeps bugging me. Go.
She likes you.
So I hope you guys are being entertained by my dog this morning. Anyways, Penny Lee, the Dancing Motivator, co-founder of the Graduate Thrivers Incorporated. And of course, I have 3 different services I offer, but today I'd like to focus on the movement practice. I have been teaching NIA, classic NIA, which is a non-impact aerobic workout, cardio workout. It's done barefoot. I've been teaching this for 8 years. And last year I decided to take a new training within the NIA training format. And I have now been certified as a Moving to Heal practitioner. So I actually teach people who have limited mobility and chronic pain issues, teach them how to understand their body and what your body is communicating with you. It's called body literacy. So I'm looking for individuals that would like to have an opportunity to understand that and manage their pain through movement medicine. And I offer, as Tony said, many classes in a week. You can find my schedule online. And today I will be teaching 2 classes back to back, Classic NIA and the Moving to Heal right after for a seniors group. So movement is medicine.
Thanks, Penny Lee. BAMs or referrals? How are we doing?
Oh, yeah. So I think I gave them all to you yesterday. So pretty much I haven't done anything additional today. The only thing is, oh, yes, I guess I should say that I talked to Lana about
Okay.
potentially hosting the Mix and Mingle in May. And I also, quickly sent a message off to Terry. I wouldn't say it's a BAM, but we are going to have a conversation about future events that we're going to do in collaboration with Terry and her team. So that's it for me.
Perfect. Thank you, Penny Lee. And over to Kat. What's going on in Scotland, Kat?
Not much. Kind of boring today. So I'm going to give you the BAMs first because I'll forget. So I already told you yesterday that I met with Ema, but I didn't tell you I also met with Lana. So I'm going to look at doing some stuff with Lana. So that's that bit. So I basically, for those of you who don't know, I help give you an online presence through digital marketing. Today I am looking for introductions to businesses who struggle to write posts that connect with their audience on social media. So if you know anybody whose posts you've read that don't make sense, or somebody's written, somebody says that they're writing posts and they're not getting any traction from it, then I would love an introduction and see if I can help and support them. Anybody I've not had a BAM with, I would love to arrange a time with you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Kat. Okay, I've noted your referrals and everything else, so thank you very much for that. And Ema, over to you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ima, and I'm a commercial photographer. I help business owners with their imaging and either taking pictures of their services or their products or themselves in terms of portraits of themselves in their business or headshots, and then they use those photographs to be able to use them in their marketing collateral, whether it's a website or any kind of flyer or anything that they're using for marketing. Other than that, as I said yesterday, I did meet with Kat. It was a very, very good and informative session, and I'm still have to meet with Steve this week as well. We're not able to catch up, but nevertheless, that's me. So that's what we have done this week.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah, Kat is amazing. Yeah, and as we all are. Okay, over to Jacqueline.
That's okay. I grew up with Jackie. I'm from Toronto. I grew up with Jackie.
Toronto.
Yeah, and then I relocated to Ottawa. And so now I'm Jacqueline Richard avec S. Okay. So I get to say, so today, today's economy, the climate is like tired and tight with regard to credit repair and restore. I have a workshop that I have put together for a number of years to help people who've been unemployed and don't know what to do, people who've changed jobs, not sure what to do. And I suggest that their best solution is to sit down and have a conversation. You know, your situation doesn't need to stay the same as long as you've asked for help. And when you're looking to quickly repair, you want to quickly sit down and observe the long road to credit recovery. Because every single way and every single day, there are solutions that can help solve a problem. There's a way to get there. Next week, I'll talk about the 5 steps, maybe even this week, talk about the 5 steps that you can utilize to attain a speedy credit recovery. So when you're looking for strategies for your mortgage or information about credit recovery, and you want to look at your mortgage money, you do want to speak to your mortgage honey.
Thanks a lot, Jackie. And how was your referrals? Any BAMs or anything?
Oops.
I think I had you down for a couple of BAMs that you did last week.
You had me down for Lana.
Yeah.
And obviously Terry.
Yes.
And I have one more coming up next week. So that'd be fun.
Perfect. Thank you. And Sam, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning, everyone. Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca. There's my contact information in the chat. Well, most of you know what I do, especially dash cameras. That's my main thing. Also do minor repairs in cars and for jobs, oil changes, and lots of wheel bearings these days for some reason. But what I talked about yesterday, if those were on the Wednesday meeting, I talked about warning lights in vehicles. And with that, I had a little presentation, actually a little video that went with it. And it amplified the fact that you can ignore things, not ignore is the right word, but not so important when the check engine light comes on or the maintenance light comes on if your car is running well. But it did amplify that if something comes on when it comes to heat in your engine, thermometer symbol comes on that the engine's getting hot or the transmission's getting hot, you should pull over your car to the side of the road and call for service. Don't be driving your vehicle when the engine is hot or the transmission. If anybody's interested in that little video that went with my presentation yesterday, it was about maybe less than 2 minutes. I gladly send it to you. Just put a little note in the chat and I will send you a link to that video. Sam Sturz, ConnectedCars.ca, today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle, and lots more. Dams wise, I continue to advertise for our friend Alex Volta, his charging stations for EVs. Susan McGarry came to visit me. I had some work done on her headlights on her vehicle, and Dave Bellovo from the East Group came by because he had a small leak in one of his tires, another puncture in one of his tires, and I repaired that for him. And that's it for me.
Thanks a lot, Sam. Awesome. And over to Bernie. How you doing?
He's doing well. And you know what? What am I up to? Well, funny you should ask that question. I connect businesses, B2B, business concierge, like pairing a wine to cheese or maybe pairing a wine to great flowers. It is coming up to February 14th. The other element I'm involved with is a podcast called Knack for Business, and that is about talking about people's business journey and the golden nuggets they share. We have well over 150 podcasts in the can and growing. Season 3 starts in the fall. And Property Wizard podcast is about real estate investment. And it doesn't make you a realtor whatsoever, but it does give you information so you know if you want to invest in real estate and see something tangible. Because, there's a lot of things out there where, yeah, put your money over here, but you can't see it. You can't see the results. So that kind of covers that particular area. And East Trade Winds, come on in. It's free to roll in. You now cost 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just come on in. And over to you, Tony. And Jacqueline, I see your hands raised. Hello.
Hello, because I want you to take a breath and lift your shoulders and take them back and drop them down. Thanks, Kat. And release. And Tony, I forgot to say, I had a great conversation with Wendy.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, now I'm done.
Thanks a lot, Jacqueline. And just speaking of flowers, flowers is not a good substitute for good thinking. Because if you do something that's not so appropriate, flowers are the next best thing, eh? You have to send those out. I was talking to a friend of mine and he says, flowers are good, but you still got to be good. Hi, everybody. Tony Jennis from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group. I'm the medium clairvoyant. I use those skills to really try to get to the root of what really is going on with the person. I can... after COVID, I've managed to be able to communicate to people and buildings and everything from across the other end of the earth. And we've been able to do that because I've been working a lot on myself over the last few years. It's really been quite the journey. And so if people want to hire me, what they're doing is renting my senses. That's really what it works out to. However, I am a teacher more than I am anything else. So it's great to get these readings and be able to get predictions and things, but I can show you how to do it yourself and be able to get those things going on your own. I have a membership that puts all that together, and through the use of weekly posts, which is about an hour long each, and I have some mini workshops that I do. You'll learn something new every time we come in. Last time we talked about pendulums, how that works and everything. And we also are doing a monthly spirit night where you can come in for a few minutes, and you can get an actual reading that you have. It's a short thing that would go about 15, 20 minutes to talk about a little bit about your life, wealth, health, whatever it is, whatever you want to talk about. So we try and do that so that we can slowly raise your spirits. And that's it for me. So over to Terry Black, our illustrious speaker for today. We give one member more of an opportunity to talk about their business and in 60 seconds. And Terry, I've appreciated you over the years, and your presentation skills have improved so well. So you can go anywhere in the world and you'd look like you're really polished. So Terry, over to you.
Geez, thanks, Tony. Before I forget, my BAMs. I had a BAM with Jacqueline a couple of weeks ago. You got that. And I referred Eric and Steve online. Hi, everyone. I'm Terry Black. I am an independent single mom to Tressa, who is a child and youth worker and specializing in behaviors, and to Victoria, who is finishing her final semester of photography. So I'm pretty excited for that. And Penny, talking about moving in motion. Tressa had her tonsils out a week ago, and she's been convalescing with me here. So I've been up and down stairs, and I've been doing between 4,000 and 5,000 steps a day. So that's so that's good. Anyway, so let's get to it. I'm Terry Black with Cozier Senior Living, and I am a community relations manager. So what that means is I go out and I educate people on retirement living. I build partnerships, I build relationships, and just connect people as well. So this morning, I thought I would talk about, in the retirement industry, how to have the talk with your parents or your loved one about moving into a retirement home. So I'm just going to get set up here. Whoops, there we go. Okay, there we go. And can you see that? Okay.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah, just put either F5 or put on the slideshow start at the beginning. Yeah, just press the right from the beginning. There you go. There you go.
Okay, I'm going to get rid of this picture. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to have the talk. So we're going to talk about who Cozier Senior Living is, because as you know, I was previously with another company, and we just kind of transitioned and rebranded. We're going to have a video about how to talk about moving to a retirement home with your parents, and some tips, and then a time for questions, if I can get through everything. Okay, so we used to be Rivera, but Rivera no longer exists. So I want to explain how this works. So Welltower owned Rivera, and they rebranded to Van V. So they decided they don't want to manage the operations any longer. So they still own the buildings. So Van V, you'll see a lot of our homes saying Van V, Windsor Park, Van V, the Westwood, Van V, Prince of Wales Manor, that type of stuff. And there are some homes that are also called Cozier, which is the Westwood. So basically, the buildings are owned by Van V, and Cozier is now the managing company. We still offer the same excellent services and options and things in retirement. So Cozier is a leading manager in the senior living sector, dedicated to providing excellent care and service, allowing seniors to live their lives to the fullest. In every interaction, we strive to maintain a human focus first, creating warm, dynamic, and personalized service, and making a positive difference in the lives of our residents today and in the future. Our goal is to make a positive difference in the lives of our residents today and in the future. Our vision is human-focused services to give you peace of mind, and our values are human-focused, creativity, and excellence. We own about 70 residences across Canada. And so you can see Alberta, Manitoba, Newfoundland, British Columbia, Saskatchewan, and Ontario. So I'm going to get right to it because we are limited on time. So I am going to, there we go. Oh.
All month long, long, we are taking action for your parents with stories that can help adult caregivers make those difficult decisions for their aging loved ones.
Sorry, guys. Just a second here. I don't know what's going on here. Technical difficulties. I'm going to get back to my slideshow.
All month long, we are taking action for your parents with stories that can help adult caregivers make those difficult decisions for their aging loved ones. Tonight, we want to talk about the conversation both parents and their older
You
children
can't see the video.
that transition into an assisted living home. We're taking action for you.
Just so you know.
You can't see the video, so we have to stop share and then. Can you see it now?
No.
Oh
We just see the link. It says how to talk to your parents that on the white screen.
So how do I do that then, Tony?
Well, okay, just stop share for a moment.
Okay.
And go with share again, and then just make sure that you press overall share. It's like screen share rather than share a document. Yeah, maybe Bernie can help here too.
Okay, so you can pick different things. You can either pick the entire window, or you can pick the application you're running. So is the application up and running in pause mode?
Yeah, I have the PowerPoint presentation open.
Okay, so is this a video that you're? Okay, so sound's on, right? When you did the reshare?
Yes. Let me just try it again, maybe.
Yes.
Can you see this? Can you see it yet?
Oh, I can see that. Here we go.
I see. Yes, I see ABC actions to A, B, C,
Yeah.
D, F,
Okay,
G.
that's what we want. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if you can hear it.
With stories that can help
Yes.
adult caregivers make those difficult.
Oh.
Are you considering moving your parent into an assisted living? There's a lot of choices out there.
I'm sorry.
You got a lot of choices, Terry, but sorry to see that.
Where is it? I can't even find it. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know how to get out of this, so I'm just going to go back to the meeting.
What's the name of the video? Is it just how to talk to your parents?
Well, no, it's an ABC news clip.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get it.
You might be getting the commercial that kind of gets overlaid on top of it.
How to talk to your parents?
There, let me just see this here.
It's about going to a senior
There
home?
it is there. Can you see it?
Oh, just a sec. One sec. I had to go back to the meeting. No, I just see you.
Okay, you know what? Let's just, I'm coming back to you guys. Okay. I'm just going to go back to my presentation and we're just going to talk about that.
Okay.
Oh. One of those mornings, eh? There we go. Can you see it?
We can see your presentation.
Okay, that's all I'm doing. Okay, I'm just going to do that. Okay, so let's make it bigger here. So we can just do the slideshow. In the beginning. I'm going to skip it. Okay, so we're just going to go into tips on having the conversation. So understanding the options. So there's many retirement home options out there. So you want to take a look at the residences in your loved one's area, like if it's your parents. I'll just say we're talking about parents right now. So if your parent wants to stay in their own community, then it's important to look in their community because they have their life there. They have their friends and family, some family maybe. And, you know, they want to be able to continue living their life and having the visits and maybe being part of their church and things like that. So you want to look at the retirement residents in the area and which one best suits your loved one. What kind of amenities do they have? What kind of activities do they have? Is art an important activity that they offer? Is church an important service that they offer as well? Do they look comfortable and inviting? The homes, are they welcoming? Also take note on how the staff are speaking to the residents. Are they speaking to them with respect, or are they speaking to them as if they're children? You see that a lot. Knowing what these residents can offer as well, start the conversation. And you can also book a tour at one of our local retirement residences to see it firsthand. We're always open to that. And you know what? You can also just drop in at any time as well. The door is always open. So keep choice in the conversation. So what, when you're speaking to your loved one, what are the benefits of living in a retirement residence? Having the freedom to come and go as you please, not having to worry about cooking or cleaning or maintaining a home are all big advantages. If you know someone who already lives in a retirement residence, why not ask them to share their experience with your loved one and the difference it makes in their life, or even go visit them in their retirement home. Just kind of, the real key here is just educating your loved ones, because a lot of times the older adults feel that retirement living is long-term care, and it really isn't. It's really still living independently with a little bit of support, so you can remain independent. Number 3, share your concerns and listen to theirs. Always listen is a key point. Ask a question and just listen, because they'll open up, hopefully. And moving to retirement home is a big change, so you have to listen to the concerns, the fears and frustrations. Be calm. Just ask questions that, just to help them express their feelings and express their fears. Let them know all of the ways independent or assisted living can help make their life easier. Take things slow. There's no rush unless there's a crisis. And if there's a crisis, you call me, because I can help you right away. But I can help you, but there's no rush. So don't make any fast or hard decisions if it's not a crisis. It could take several conversations to get someone comfortable with the idea. And you want to be sure to take your time carefully and consider all options. People always ask me, when is the best time to start looking at retirement living? And I say now, while you can still make the decision for yourself, because what we see often happens is a fall happens at home, or something happened at home. The parent is hospitalized, and then they can't, it's no longer safe for them to go home. So then the children are left with the decision, and the children's preferences and things like that may not be the same as the parents. So it's very important as an individual to, as an older adult, to start, visiting now and seeing what your options are and stuff, so that if a crisis was to happen, you know exactly, and your family knows exactly where you want to go, where you'd like to move to for care and support. Number 5, talk to someone at a residence, as I mentioned. Not only the residents, but our lifestyle consultants can answer any questions you may have. And our lifestyle consultants can also meet you one-on-one for a coffee, individually or with your loved one, when and wherever you like. And I'm also available to do that as well. Try it out. So this is a key point too. So if your parent is considering it, but just not quite sure, then why not do a trial stay, or do a winter stay, a summer stay. It can be a great way for your loved one to experience what living at a retirement residence is really like. And I just put look, listen, and ask. So always be always be observant of what's going on at home with your parents. Are they able still to maintain cooking their meals? Is their fridge empty half the time or most of the time? What about housework and things like that? Are they taking the medications? Those are things just to be observant and look and just be aware of what's happening. And then when you have to start expressing concerns to your parents, listen to them, really listen. And our first thing is, we just want to help and take care of them. But really, they still are an independent person, just because they're older doesn't mean that changes. And then ask the question when you've had the conversation and they're, feeling a little more comfortable. then you would definitely ask, like, would you like, why don't we go check out a retirement home? Why don't we, book a tour? Or why don't I call Terry and she can come and talk to us and give us more education and information about retirement living. So that's a good way to do it. So look, listen, and ask. Any questions? I wish I could share my video, but anyway, it was giving me too much of a hard time.
Well, let me see. I just took a quick look at it, and tell me if this is the video you were trying to play.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's.
For your parents with stories that can help adult caregivers make those difficult decisions for their aging loved ones. Tonight, we want to talk about the conversation both parents and their older children dread when to make that transition into an assisted living.
Hang on. I think. No, I got it. I guess the sound is really down.
Living home. We're taking action.
Can you hear that?
With advice on how to start the conversation and do what is best for the family when that time comes.
She's my baby. She's my baby. She'll always be my baby.
Roberta Harvey, Bert, as she likes to be called, still loves to huddle with her daughter, Kim. The mother and daughter have always been close, but recently, after the death of Bert's husband, the two had an uncomfortable conversation about moving in an assisted living facility.
It was like 3 days after he had passed away, and I quickly became aware of how dependent she had been on my dad. And so my brothers and I really realized we started to get nervous about mother living alone. And that it just became very apparent to us for a lot of health reasons, a lot of issues relating to her memory. I have a career, I work full time, and I knew I couldn't on a daily basis provide the kind of care that she needed. So a lot of the factors, I guess, worked together that the time was right.
But how do you bring up such a sensitive subject?
The conversation was hard because change is hard. And she had already endured the biggest change of her life, which was losing her mate, her husband of 63 years.
Jackie LaFrance, who is a manager at the West Central Florida Area Agency on Aging, says it's important to begin the conversation by keeping your parent in the loop and part of the decision-making process.
Involving them, more so asking them the questions, how do you feel about living home by yourself? Giving them the opportunity to find out for themselves and realize that they may need the extra help. They may need more care than the caregiver can provide.
I talked with her physician, tried to get his recommendations as well. That was important to me, that the medical and healthcare issues would be covered in a manner that I could feel confident.
Jackie says you can tell your loved one about all the opportunities for more socializing, and that moving means they won't be so isolated anymore.
What do you do if your parent or parents resist your efforts to help?
If you do run into that resistance, if there is no cognitive impairments and they have their full mental capacity, the decision is ultimately theirs if they do want to move into a facility or not.
In Bert's case, she already had friends living in the Horizon Bay Memory Care by the Bay Assisted Living Facility.
I thought, well, if I gotta live a place, that's where I want to be. So it worked out good. Something became available that I wanted because they're all sizes, you know. But the one bedroom suits me fine.
For help.
Great. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, so the key is, just to have the conversation and really listen, because as I said, just because someone is older doesn't mean that they're not independent and not able to make their own decisions. They still are very able to make their own decisions. So, and then is ultimately up to them. So all your job is to express your concerns, see how they feel about it, see how they feel about living alone. If they had a fall, doesn't that scare you, type of thing? Like, and then just, open up the conversation, the dialogue about visiting a retirement home, educating, and then call me, and then I'll come in and do the rest for you.
Okay. Terry, thank you very much. We have a couple of minutes for questions. Go ahead, Penny Lee.
So Terry, I know that as people age that, sometimes it's a challenge to look at possibly going into a retirement home. But I also know that there are a lot of young people my age who are looking at that as well. And so have you seen where a parent and a child might also go into a retirement home at the same time together? Have you seen that?
I haven't personally seen that. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Yeah. So, but that is that would be an ideal situation, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, because I've actually seen that, and it's interesting because the child was like, 70 and the parent was like 90, right? So it's not so far off when you're at that age category, right?
That's right. Yeah. And then the adult child doesn't have to be the caregiver anymore, right? They
Well,
can go
that's
back
it.
to being mom and child or whatever, mom and daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting thing that I had experienced and seen. And, really, what age should you start talking about it is, I guess, in the end.
You know what? Like, I mean, I guess it depends. It depends on every situation, but as you start experiencing your health starts maybe declining a little bit, I would really start thinking about it then, like at the beginning of that, because sometimes things can't be treated or things cannot be fixed. So it's just good to prepare for the future.
Yeah, I often run into people who are tired because they are caregivers and they are like they're retired, right? So they're already, their own health is not 100%.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
so referring them to just check it out.
Yeah, I see that a lot, where the main caregiver gets really sick, right?
Yep.
Or
Yep.
even passes away before the other person.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Because they neglect their own needs, their own health, right?
Exactly. Which I think the idea of going into especially if you're single already, going into a retirement home with your parent is not a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. And that's one thing too, is when people move into our homes, like we hear this like so often, is like, I wish I'd done this sooner, because they didn't realize how isolated they really were and how lonely they really were living alone, So yeah.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I like the idea of us doing the mix and mingles there, because people get like, unless you have a parent or somebody in a retirement home that you would go visit, you don't actually take the time to go and check them out, but they're very beautiful. It's almost like living in a hotel.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's good exposure for them for sure. I wasn't exposed to any of this until I started working in this industry. So yeah, it's good.
So thank you very much, Terry. That was great. I hope the video sort of helped that whole visual. And
Thank you.
if you want to talk to Terry, set up a BAM with her, a one-on-one, that would be great. I'm sure she'd be happy to give you a tour of her facility, and it's all good. And Eric, I just noticed that you came on board a little while ago, so welcome, my friend. I hope you're driving safely. In respect of that, I have posted your e-card on the chat, but if you wanted to do a quick infomercial just to see some people that can know what you do.
Sounds great, everybody. Eric Perron, Engel and Volker's realtor. I'm parked, by the way, so that's why I'm looking at the camera. No,
Yeah.
all safe driving. I'm not driving right now. So I just want to let you know, I'm in late this morning because I was with a client. We had a new tenant coming in. Their movers had come in from out of town. And so we were handing off the keys and doing everything we needed to do, walk the property, the whole bit. So very hands-on realtor, although sometimes, my client, the landlord, would be the one taking care of the client from here on in. I definitely wanted to make sure that I was there. We found out that the furnace filters needed to be replaced. So I'm parked actually outside of Home Depot to go do that today. So very hands-on realtor. And I wanted to just, I guess, mention, in real estate, usually people, when they're selling their home, they usually interview 3 realtors. So I'm always up for the challenge. I'm always up to meeting, getting interviewed. And I can assure you that if you interview with me, you will be very happy with the results. This year, you're going to need a very aggressive realtor who makes the phone calls and does the old school methods of marketing, where you're not only putting a house on MLS and putting a sign on the lawn. We're going to have to knock on doors. We're going to have to call other realtors. We're going to have to call our network. We're going to have to call previous clients and find out who are the buyers out there. So when you're ready to get a realtor and you need all the information and you want to make an interview, make sure to interview me. You'll be glad you did. Eric Perron, Engel and Volkers Realtor, Ottawa. Take care.
Thanks a lot, Eric. And just real quick, any referrals or BAMs?
Nothing this week. No.
Okay. Thank you, Eric. And we're right on the button, 9 o'clock. Whoa, we are awesome. And Bernie, if you could post the quote for the day.
So the quote comes from Oprah Winfrey. If you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough.
And on that note, folks, have yourself a great day. Have a great weekend. Go out there, kick the ceiling, and let's meet next week. Take care, everybody. Bye. Love you.
Thank you.